Cool.
All right. So we're gonna do these, and then the two Dan said.
So, but we're just gonna riff through them. So we're not gonna like do what we normally do.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like sticking to just the topic.
Yeah. I was just trying to make sure we got those two in.
Cool.
And we're rolling on everything.
All right, we're live.
We did.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We're good. Yeah, welcome. Welcome to 4th and 10.
You almost did the patrons.
I did. I really was very close to
Yeah.
introing
Shout out
for
to
the
patrons.
pre-show.
They kept
Shout
us
'em out,
alive.
though.
Shout out to the patrons.
Appreciate
If you're
y'all.
on Patreon, there's some changes happening over this weekend. So we'll hit you up in the Slack channel that you get exclusive access to through
What are you talking about? You just woke up in the morning.
patreon.com/4th and 10. I didn't just
Still
wake
got
up.
lines on your face.
I've been awake for an hour.
These people are in their offices right now,
They are.
working hard,
Look, there's nothing.
and you're talking about waking up.
It's nothing new that our listeners are doing better than me.
I mean,
That's
It was the Dan recognizing the lines, like the Sherlock Holmes.
all right. Let's
Dan was
introduce.
like,
let's
aha.
for those people that might just meet us.
Yes.
welcome to 4th and 10.
Let's do that.
We are live on YouTube right now. If you're listening to this not on Monday, then we're on Spreaker, iTunes, Spotify, one of the big ones. If not one of them, and you just found us on a little guy, thanks to the little guy platform and the big guy listening. We appreciate you.
Wow.
My name is Nathan
Love
Owens. You can
this.
find me on Twitter
I love this.
at Nate Owens Comedy, Instagram, TikTok, Nathan Owens Comedy, or NathanOwensComedy.com. David Purdue's with me.
What's up, everybody? Happy to be here. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at doordie. It's at DUEORDIE.
And we don't have Damon.
No,
Damon is
he's throwing up. He said,
he is
vomiting.
Not happy.
not happy. But Dan
Fine.
Duncan's
He's really
here.
doing a cleanse for Thanksgiving. I think he's
Damon's
doing it
is a
all
cleanse
out
guy.
and
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
he's resetting so that he can eat as much turkey as possible.
That's
What's
smart.
up? I'm Dan Duncan, and I'm going. If you're Team Nate, this is your episode. This
setup is real.
is your episode.
The
Just
setup
stay
is
tuned.
real.
It's not going to be good. But real quick, like we mentioned earlier, patreon.com/4th and 10 gets you access to our exclusive pre-show podcast, exclusive Slack channel where you can chat with us, other listeners. Also, fantasy leagues
Yeah,
that I am doing terrible at.
I'm just trying not to be last.
I'm great,
Dan got me.
I'm furious.
Dan got me.
bro.
I had
put
a
up
couple
points.
put up points. Even if I would have had all my good people, I was like, I wasn't gonna beat that. So right now, I'm just like, don't be last.
I think I have the record for the league on
the most
highest points.
I
last
think
week.
you do. Yeah, I do not this week either. So, but again, just try not to be last. Because if you're last and you're in our league, you got to do something.
Have we followed through on last year's
No.
death penalty?
I sent the material. So
Okay.
like we have the material and it's brutal.
Yeah.
So
So we just got to get them to.
yeah, we need to find a place for
You about
him
to get
that
pressed.
we'll find a place for him. We'll give them a heads up
Yeah.
that hey, we're sending somebody with the worst stand-up material
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
The bomb of all bombs.
It is
Or
going to
we're
be
creating a star.
Yes. Or we are either ruining somebody's life or we are creating the next Fox correspondent.
Yes.
It's one of those two.
Huckabee, watch out.
Yeah. Coming for your throne, Huckabee.
Yeah. Hucks.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, we all
doing
ready to jump into it?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. First topic. So there are the housekeeping Olympics.
Yes.
And this is a big thing. People always tune into us because they're like, we know that y'all
Care about sports?
care about
care.
sports, and we found out the housekeeping Olympics. So it's vacuuming, competitive vacuuming. There's
He didn't actually do any research.
I did do research.
No, you didn't.
I just don't know
What
how
teams
to.
competed?
What teams competed?
Yeah.
There's several teams that competed.
From where?
Park MGM,
Okay.
Canadian Healthcare Solutions. These are not. I'm
What is the silver thread here, Nate?
I'm more of a Mandalay Bay kind of guy.
Okay, what is that?
Myself, that's one of the teams.
No, also, a hotel.
Hotel, bro.
It's a hotel.
Well, yeah.
Not only well, yeah, obviously.
What are we
Duh.
doing?
I didn't know that we were just corporizing.
You have a trash can minor league baseball team
Yeah.
on your hat, and you didn't just go like a level deeper to be like, where are these teams from?
because I don't like to celebrate the corporate aspect. I like to celebrate the people. This is I celebrate the team. I don't celebrate the shadow billionaire that tries to be a puppet master.
Do you see the categories we had? Mop race,
Yep.
buffer pad toss, bed making, vacuum race, and then there was a spirit award and executive race. whatever. Yeah.
What do you think you would be the worst at in the housekeeping Olympics?
Anything to do with the bed,
I was about to say probably bed making.
Bed making?
Yeah, probably bed
for
making.
sure.
I should be making my bed. Like, everything that you read about bed making is like, man, this is so good for mental health.
I
It's
just
a
think
great way
it's
to
so
start the
funny
day.
that you're setting yourself up for this.
Keep going.
You're,
Yeah.
You
Oh,
want
no.
to talk about beds
I said I
after
should.
you show up late to this show
I didn't show up
with
late.
lines on your face
Look, that's
saying
unavoidable.
I couldn't make it on time
Yeah.
because you had to take car seats out of your car.
There's a lot of car seats and a stroller in my car too. I didn't mention the stroller because
You
I
did
didn't
not
want to.
mention
I didn't want to play too much of a sob story,
Got you.
so I just went with the 2 car
So
seats.
this is where a smart man's like mopping.
Yeah,
Mopping's what I'm gonna stick to right now.
I'm
So
pretty
that
good
I don't
at
have
what-
to address the bed scenario
The
where
thi-
I'm in bed texting you like I'm on my way to the show, guys. I just want to tell the listeners
Talk to
we're
him.
live right now
Talk to him.
because we had a meeting last week. We said, guys, we have a great product.
Yeah.
We're amazing
Let's-
at this thing. What we suck at is everything else, like being on time, prepping for these shows, basically everything else. And we said we're gonna stop doing that.
Yeah.
We got our producer Joel helping us out, live streaming in the studio. We're doing things different.
We're doing great.
We are gonna be different.
Let's be different.
Go on.
Let's be different.
We're gonna go on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal their show title.
Yeah.
And then on the very the very first week that we're like, we're doing this different. Nate's like, hey guys, I'm gonna be there right on time.
So I think the reason that I did that
This is gonna be
was
great.
because so many
That
times
you
when-
slept in,
so many
that you
times
didn't prep,
you make
that you
these
didn't research.
you make these hard changes and they do really well for a while, but they're unsustainable because you're trying to go from 0 to 60.
bro.
And
This
I
is the
said,
most
y'all,
loser mentality
please
I've
I said
ever
let's
heard.
let's ease into greatness. I'm not trying to get
This
us
is
to
the title of
pull
your
up.
book.
Yes,
Ease into greatness.
ease into greatness. I
What's
don't
the
want
next
us.
album
I don't
title?
want us to pull a podcast hammy here. So I'm saying let's stretch a little bit. You know, let's warm up a little
Okay.
bit
You know,
to
I
this
was-
new level.
I was like, hey, we should push out like what time we're going live, that we're doing this different. And then I decided no, Nate likes to be slow to greatness, as you seem
Yeah,
to
we're
put
just
it.
and we just ambushed people this morning with social
At
media.
what point in time will you peak at greatness in your life, do you think?
That's a good
Man.
question.
I would say I never peak.
Deathbed?
Nope, I'm always going up. Always going up. I'm like a Mount Everest stacked on another Mount Everest. I'm just gonna keep climbing. That's yeah. We go on and we go on and up. That's the
Okay.
sequel.
All right.
Are they going to take us on tour if we keep dropping these
That's what
lines?
we're gonna
I don't
keep-
have that power, but if I did, I would say no.
We're either going on tour or we're getting sued.
Yeah, I would say absolutely not.
All right.
But no, I would say like bed making because I'm pretty good at mopping. I'm fine.
When's the last time you
No.
mopped?
I mopped last week.
No. You said
You
on this
mopped.
podcast.
Yeah.
Hold on, real quick.
No, not like a Swiffer that you attach like the
No.
the,
Hold on,
the
I got
wet.
you, Dan. I got you. Remember on this podcast, you said when Libby lived out of town and you like mopped the bathroom or something, and then she came and was like, "Hey, can you mop?" The
Yeah, that was brutal. That was
That's
a wake
what I'm
up.
saying. So it's not mopping.
I spent like 40. I don't
You're
know.
not-
Were you
you're
here
not-
for that?
No,
You're
I
not
wasn't.
meddling.
I spent 45 minutes cleaning the bathroom for Libby.
Checks out though that your greatness needs to be redone.
Yeah. So Libby gets
Yes.
home, and she's in the bathroom, like getting ready for bed, and she just goes, "Hey, can you add cleaning this bathroom to your list tomorrow?"
Spent 45 minutes.
And I'm
on
just
it.
like, "Oh,
All
So
for
did you
naught.
tell her you already cleaned it?
Better
No.
not had, but you did now.
no." I was just like, "Oh yeah, I can knock that out."
Text Libby. We're gonna text Libby. Make sure you listen to the first 15 of the latest episode.
So
Yeah.
I just want to I want to say I'm sorry to all the participants in this Olympics because it clearly got hype
Oh, yeah.
somehow, but it is like in the most sad warehouse environment, some like Vegas conference center arena that
the
has
Michelob
no
Ultra Arena.
okay, but literally looks like
Oh no, it looks
and
like
it's like they're gonna play the next Hunger Games like
yeah.
murder
Yeah.
circle there.
No, for sure. It does not. It's not look appealing.
No.
It's not like, oh, I can't wait to go here.
Like I thought it was gonna be really fun and hyped, and they were gonna make these people who
Yeah.
kill themselves to like make these systems run. To
Yes.
dates the colonizers
Definitely not.
are here,
Here's what I know for a fact: no one tipped them.
bro.
No one tipped them. They did all that work, and
I
no
hope there
one
was a
tipped them.
prize. I hope there was a prize.
I'm sure
I
there
didn't, I
was
didn't get that far.
there was a trophy.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in this what I got about prize
Right.
money.
About money.
And I'm gonna be honest, that's where I would burn that whole place down. You got me working on and off day and calling it a competition, and I don't know no prize money.
Here's how you know the prizes suck. It said winners were rewarded with trophies, medals, and various prizes.
Nah, various prizes mean whatever was left and lost and found.
Yes,
that was cool.
Chuck E. Cheese had various prizes.
Yeah, dog,
Skate
don't
Country had various prizes.
Here's a $100 chip to our casino that you will
I'm
probably
burning
lose.
it down.
Ugh.
Y'all gotta start. We gotta start being nicer to these people.
Yeah,
man.
I think it was just a bag of pillow mints.
Nah,
They were
That
like,
would
Like
terrible.
in the trash bag.
yeah, they were just like, hey, here's we
That
know
they
we know
carry
you guys
around.
look at these a lot.
we gotta be nicer to people who clean stuff. You know that they're our first line of defense. I always think about this. They're our first line of defense, right? Like COVID or any of these diseases about cleanliness and stuff like that. Guess who's our front line of workers? It's these people. First line of defense. So start being nicer. Tip at hotels. That's my PSA.
That's it. We are pro tipping.
Even though Nate has never left a tip in his hotel room.
I leave.
Nate ain't never been in a hotel where he needed it.
Yeah, where do you leave one at a Motel 6?
Yeah, they haven't been-
Not to disparage Motel 6.
You
if
just
wanna
did. That was
sponsor us.
disparaging.
I said, where do you leave it? As if I would just put it everywhere. All right.
What?
Hey, he's struggling.
Pause real quick. I just gotta do one thing. Alright, now go back to making fun of Nate.
All right.
All right, we're going to bounce around a little bit because we were talking about this earlier and just it's so good for the algorithm. But Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce,
Yep.
Mhm.
still together. Still, there's rumors they've been together since August, which means brilliant timing for them to roll out this relationship like they did.
Yeah,
I
I would guess so too.
Yeah.
I don't think it was like the last 3 weeks like everybody's making it seem because he went to Buenos Aires?
Buenos Aires, yeah.
Buenos Aires, yeah. So I don't think that's I know you for 3 weeks. I mean, maybe it is, but probably
I don't know. T Swift gets heavy and fast, like quick.
because
And
she got a new
was-
album to come out.
I mean, I think this is the okay.
Talk
We
to
can
us.
get into my conspiracy theories in a second. Let's
Okay.
keep
I
going down
kinda-
this topic
all right,
rabbit
so-
hole.
Swifties, who we appreciate you. Please get us in the Swifty algorithm. Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
1989. Eras. Taylor Swift.
I mean,
This is why everyone. This is the conspiracy rabbit hole that I want to dive just head first.
Oh, but Swifties went all in on Travis Kelce. They've been buying his jersey like crazy.
Yep.
And then they went and for Taylor, they vetted all of his old tweets. And listen, for a guy who couldn't play in his bowl game because he had a little too much fun on Bourbon Street, he's got some pretty adorable tweets.
he's way less problematic than I thought he would be.
It's
Per the
it's a very bizarre
Like,
thing.
we always make fun of him because he is so different than his brother.
Very different.
But at the end of the day, like they are still brothers.
Yes.
And so they can only be so different.
I know some brothers that are very different. Some brothers that are very different, and you're like, y'all did not grow up in the same house. And I would say they seem like they grew up in the same house,
They grew up in the same
and
house.
their mom did a good job.
And
Yeah.
if you're a longtime listener, you remember I hated Travis Kelce at one point.
Yeah, because
And it was because of his
And you always have loved Taylor Swift.
yes, but it was his reality show. When he got a woman from every state to compete for him.
I never saw this.
He basically tried to do his own Bachelor.
Bachelor?
It was called Catching Kelsey.
okay,
And he gave these interviews for it. And he just played the part. And it was miserable. He was miserable. I couldn't stand him. And then I start seeing him interact with Jason. I'm like, oh, you're a younger brother.
yeah, he's just a little brother.
By yourself, you're awful.
Wait,
But with your older brother keeping you in check, you're like, oh, I get this vibe. I've played video games with this. So
okay.
I've played video games.
anyway,
These points of reference. Are
so let's see. So
amazing.
September.
I feel like that's how everyone feels when the three of us are together and then they see you.
Yeah, you're actually the.
Then they're like, "Oh, this makes sense."
Yeah.
But when you're by yourself, everyone's like,
We hate this.
"What?"
This-
Oh yeah, no,
this needs
I'm,
help.
I'm not good solo. I felt it. I'm like, I hate this. Like, what a
Same with Libby. When Libby's around, like, "Oh, this is fun."
Yeah.
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 When Libby's around is great.
This,
and then
this makes so much sense now.
yeah, and then
I really do hate you by yourself.
I'm not a good product.
Yeah, you got no room to breathe.
No.
today.
Who wants a Robin toy? Somebody
Never.
was, yeah. All right, so
I
Travis
love that
Kelce,
Christopher O'Donnell.
A Robin twin that doesn't show up on time. Let's
Yeah.
keep
like a capeless Robin.
yeah.
All right, so this is September 14th, 2009. So Travis and I are in high school at this point.
Okay.
Are y'all the same age?
I think we are. We're around.
Wow.
Yeah, we're around
Yeah,
the
that
same
sounds
age.
Talk
right.
about Everest upon Everest.
Yeah, this is
Up and
crazy.
to the right.
Just on the Mount Rushmore of 09. It's
Okay.
us. About to go get some Taco Bell, then hit everyone up and see what's popping tonight.
Okay.
Just a
Gotta see what's
fun
poppin'
little tweet.
tonight.
2011.
Mhm.
It's such a nice day out as I stare, STAIR, from my math class, SMH.
Well, he wasn't in English class. You know what I'm saying? Don't even matter what he spells.
Hashtag must be nice. And about to go-kart racing. Ha ha. Hope I fit in the cart.
Yeah.
This is like,
This has to be like SMS Twitter though, where do you remember this version of
yeah.
Twitter where like you wouldn't, there was no feed. It was like on your phone.
Just
You were
shooting it
just
out
like,
there to the
you
world.
would just text the tweet to that SMS number, and then it would post it on Twitter.
100% that's what this is.
And it
Nap
was just like a text to
time.
yourself.
Nap time.
all caps.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
It's one of those things where you're just like, buddy, this is adorable. Like,
Are you on the ballot? Because you're a Swiftie.
I am a Swiftie.
Now are you co-signing Travis? Like are you on board?
I
with this?
am, because every great Taylor Swift album has come after a public breakup. So I am rooting for them, and at the same time, I'm like, if this goes poorly, that is going to be phenomenal.
I don't think it would. I think this is gonna be the one. I don't think we talked about it in depth like this, but I think Travis is very likable. He's the most likable person I think she's ever dated.
Really?
I think so.
He is a true like star, but also he's not trying to be
Yeah.
like him and Patrick have always coexisted.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes is the center of that
Yes.
team, and like he is the like he understands the little brother energy.
Yeah.
He's
where
bringing
he
it.
can like be his own self,
Yes.
but also kind of like
I'm still
follow
lit.
line.
Yeah.
I think in that way, like Taylor has typically been with other dudes who like have their own personas and their own kind
Yes.
of like gravity and fans and those types of things. I think that every single Kansas City Chiefs fan is also a Taylor Swift fan at this point in time. So
Yeah. I just think it's gonna be hard for her to like bash him if it goes wrong. I think he's very likable. So you know what I'm saying. I don't think it's gonna be the great album that you think it is. I think it's gonna be there's a split, it's gonna be amicable.
Okay.
Like, we're best friends. We had a good time.
and we
Like,
also sold, Billions of
We made a
dollars.
lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which is the point.
That is the point.
They are for sure not really together.
Oh,
They are for
we're getting in it.
sure just doing this.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
You've not seen their chemistry together?
What? Her running up to him when she knows a million
Yep.
cameras are pointed at her.
The hand holding. She put him in her song now.
That he was in the audience,
Yeah.
and again, a million cameras are pointed.
He's in karma.
She knows what a light is.
No, this is the Truman Show, and we are all victims.
Weird.
This was y'all's blackest episode ever.
David's
And that's
not
a
here.
fact. I'll just say this. Well, this is the thing I wanted to. I brought this up because going through old tweets is a nightmare for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so what I wanted to do was on air, now that we're live, everybody go through an old tweet, like, you know, you at whatever your name is, and then put a word, and then see what comes up. And let's see what type of people that we are. Now, I will say this. We talked about it before. I'm the only person that has not cleaned their Twitter.
Oh, I
Right.
for sure cleaned.
Oh, I have vetted.
So I'm trying to figure out a word that even if you vetted it, it still could be.
So I double checked right before we started.
Of course you did.
And the one that made me the happiest was, I was like, I was very confidently using a lot of gay slurs in middle school and high school.
Okay.
So I was like, if anything gets me, that's the one
Okay.
that's gonna get me, is me calling stuff gay. And I searched my name in that, and fortunately, I've gone back and deleted everything except for a bunch of anti-Rudy Gay tweets.
Mm.
The only gay references I have is we put out a very popular 4th District article at one point in
Okay.
time that is my only reference to anything in that world. So I'm clean.
So is gay the word we're gonna use? For
No,
this?
we can't use that. That
Well,
feels.
there goes our algorithm.
Yeah.
We got it with Taylor Swift. Eras.
What do we? Yeah, you give us the word.
I was gonna say women. I felt like that was like just to see
Okay.
what we
Women.
all said about women.
All right. This is
Fascinating.
fascinating radio.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna go.
I'm very proud of my first two. They pretty much just say daily reminder to listen to black women.
2012. Me and Allison are dating. That is the picture.
Wow.
Just celebrating this most amazing
Wow. Okay.
woman.
Men
It's
gotta
so far
listen to
back.
women about. Yeah, I'm pretty pro women on my Twitter, which I don't think a lot of people could say. I'm pretty pro women.
I just overheard 3 60-year-old women talking about how cute David Hasselhoff is. That just made my day. 2010.
There we go, Nate. You real quiet over there.
I'm trying to find.
Scrolling a lot.
It's a lot of Olympic stuff.
Oh, I hate women's sports, stuff like that.
No, it's pro women's sports.
All right, this is clearly after you met us.
I have a hot.
Yes, I deleted
Women's
a lot.
sports hot take. Women's soccer should make less money.
Ooh.
Oof.
How that
You
out
said
on the
too.
algorithm?
All right, and we lost it. We lost it all. Yeah, a lot of pro black women.
Yeah, I got
Pretty
nothing.
Pro, yeah, pretty pro. This is
I got Tyshawn on here
okay.
in 2015.
All right. The point is, if you're wondering, are these guys to be
I
trusted?
said
with
something
their
about
tweets?
Fast and the Furious and driving and women, and she responded to me. And she said she agreed. So
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like I'm in the clear.
Listen, but Nate, unless you have something crazy,
I don't have anything crazy. I
Alright.
really like. I started going through this, and I've done a pretty good job.
All right. Well, look, I guess. Listen, I thought we were gonna come with something a little salacious. You know, some skeletons in our closet. Per everybody's, scrolling, I think we're good. So if you're wondering,
So
is
thumbs us up.
If
Thumbs
we had
us
done
up?
this in 2015,
Yeah.
different story.
uh,
Oh, for sure. Like I would just go ahead and admit into this microphone
okay,
that
you don't have to before you do this.
just as a microcosm
Okay, all right.
of my life.
Okay.
There was a pro Obama during his first campaign against Bush.
Okay.
That was probably the stage of my life where I was a cocoon
Sure,
and
sure,
my
sure.
butterfly had not yet come out.
That's, all right. All right.
But I went and stole a bunch of pro Obama campaign things you stick in your yard.
Yeah.
Just yanked them all up
Oh.
and thought that was fun. I also had a drinking game during the debates with Bush and Obama.
Yeah.
And every time I thought Obama lied, we took a shot, which at that point in my life I believed a lot of what he was
Yeah.
saying was a lie.
Let me just
Um,
once again
So
reiterate.
I've grown a lot.
Once again reiterate. If I had met Dan at any other point in the timeline, none of this.
I think for district was started just on the heels.
Yeah, none of this.
A transformation
none
in
of
my
this
life.
would be possible. I love the Obama drinking game. If he lies, because if you're watching it from a certain perspective, you're like, I could just get drunk. I don't have to wait.
That was what happened.
Yeah, it's like I'm getting drunk because it's a Tuesday debate, and that's what I want to do. So shout out to that time of your
So,
life.
There we go.
We grow though. That's the thing.
Yes.
We go on.
We go on.
We go
And
on.
we grow.
We grow like the mountains,
All right.
and we continue going.
All
All right. Speaking of growth,
Yes.
Uh-oh.
all right. So Dolly Parton was at the UGA Tennessee game.
Yes.
She comes out at was it halftime?
Go Dogs. By the way,
Dogs.
go Dogs.
Go
How about
Dogs.
them?
What a game!
Yes.
What a game! So Peyton Manning and Dolly Parton,
Peyton Manning loves Kirby Smart so much. I just want to point that out.
really,
Oh yeah.
like
They were just buddy
like a
before
boy
the
crush,
game.
you
Yeah,
think?
for sure.
All right.
okay. That's kind of good to know. That's kind of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
So Dolly Parton goes out and sings Rocky Top.
Yes.
Now she just got introed into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Too long.
It's been way too long.
Too long.
And the best part about Dolly Parton, just the incredible angel that she is.
Yeah.
She just goes, well, I guess I got to release a rock album now, because I shouldn't be in the Rock and Roll Hall of
So
Fame.
I'll give it to you.
Which awful stop calling it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is music, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so she releases a rock album, puts Rocky Top on it, a version
Okay.
of Rocky Top,
Okay.
and then goes and sings Rocky Top at this game.
Yeah.
Terribly.
Yes.
It was so bad.
Which she got ahead of that story quick.
What did
She
she say?
re-sang it during
Yeah.
her interview.
During her interview, so she sings it. It's not great. She comes off.
Can't hear herself.
The lady's interviewing her, and she immediately goes, "I couldn't hear myself. I couldn't hear anything. It's
Love
fun to
Dolly.
be here."
Honest.
Just
And
Dolly don't
during
miss.
the play, they cut away from it. Like, we're gonna come right back, and we're gonna
Yeah.
talk to you about the induction and
Yeah.
all of those types of things. And she starts singing. She's like, I can really sing it. And Dolly, you are Dolly Parton.
You got to prove nothing to us,
You got
Dolly.
not prove nothing to no one.
We believe you.
But she is sitting there singing over the play. You're watching
Yes.
Georgia drive the ball again, and she's just singing Rocky Top, happy as could be.
just thrilled to be
She's
there.
like, see, I can do it.
Yeah.
Just an incredible, just mama of a lady.
No.
She is no one's
she's
mama.
no, bro.
She is
Not
no
in
one's
she's
mama.
those-
technically-
not in those heels.
No,
Not
she
in
would-
those
she
heels
is never a
and
mama.
pants.
Look, there's levels of mama.
No, it's not. She is not touching mama.
She was born in Tennessee, and she's a grandma. That's mama.
Nah, bro. I don't know if you've seen that. She has worked very hard and paid a lot of money to never be
her
a mama.
face does. Her face looks
No
like.
mama.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No mama there. Sorry.
I love that we have never met her husband.
And you never will.
I just love that dude won the lottery.
The original Stedman.
Just the original stuff.
Yeah, White Stedman.
He did what we all think we would do if we won the lottery, which is
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna fade out.
He faked.
I'm just gonna soak in the pool all day. I'm gonna have a pina colada
Yeah.
in the afternoon. I'm good. And he did. We don't know where he is.
Hero.
I know he exists.
Put his jersey in the rafters.
And not only does he exists so well.
Yeah.
There's never been any rumor about Dolly.
No.
Or
No.
anything.
Well, because she talks about him a lot, like how much she loves him. And
She talks about him.
Yeah.
Who are you to get talked about by Dolly Parton like that?
Is this Travis Kelce's future?
Can't be. Because
No.
we already know who he is. We have no. I have no.
He won't fade. He won't be like. He
No,
won't be
he
like
won't
this is
fade.
I've
fun.
never
I've got
known
Super
this
Bowl
man.
rings.
I've never known Dolly Parton's man. Not one picture. I
Yeah.
ain't never seen her
I've seen
talk
a-
about.
I've seen a couple pictures of the dude.
Exactly, and then they
I'm
get.
a
They're
big
probably
Dolly
black.
fan.
I think I saw one. It was black and white. Like it was old.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was early.
And
early
then he was
on.
like,
in marriage,
"Oh, I'm
yes.
out of here." My question was because I heard she didn't sing good, right? Who is someone you wouldn't boo? Because if I was there, even as a Georgia fan,
Oh, I wouldn't have booed her.
I would never boo Dolly Parton.
No.
No.
Would never boo Dolly Parton. Who's someone that you would not boo under any circumstances?
Wow. Would not boo.
Yeah,
I boo everybody.
I know. That's what I'm trying to
know
figure
that's
out. Like,
it's a tough.
At karaoke, I have a rule: if you sing and you're not good, I boo you.
bro, me and Damon did that like a couple weeks
Luke.
ago. Somebody was singing real good, and I didn't even know he was in the room. And me and Damon, you just hear two boos. And it's Damon
'Cause he
from
was
the-
good?
No, because the person was good.
Oh, I boo if they're bad.
Oh, interesting. No, I boo if they're good. Get
Oh,
out of
see.
here. This is for regular people.
I see. When someone gets up there, if someone gets up there and is clearly forced, I let it go. But
Okay.
if someone gets up there and there's like they are confident karaokeers
Yeah,
and they are bad,
I do that too.
they need to know
No.
that they shouldn't have come with that much confidence. It's a little bit like Nate as he walks through life,
Well,
like
you knew he
boo,
was gonna get it.
dude, boo,
Yeah.
like get better.
But again, who wouldn't you like? Who is untouchable?
I think for me, it's Kelly Clarkson.
That's a good one.
Kelly Clarkson has been good at everything.
That's a good one.
Everything. I've been in love with her since American Idol
Okay.
1.
Okay.
The
Is
first
this
one.
your shooting your shot? Is this your pass? Is
No,
Libby
I
giving
can't.
you the pass?
No, I can't shoot my shot. But it's somebody that Libby respects, so I feel like it's like a respectable
Okay.
crush.
Yeah.
She just every single time that like one of her TikToks comes across my feed and it's her covering a song,
Yeah.
I'm like, how embarrassing for the person that originally released this. If
No,
I
she
was a
can blow.
musician and Kelly Clarkson was like, "Hey, I want to cover this song," I'd be
Get
like,
outta here.
"Get away!
Get away. Get out.
What are you? How dare you?"
Yeah.
Like it's she can do whatever she wants. She has
Yeah.
the best daytime talk show. She's I think gonna
All
be
right.
one of the greatest singers of all
I didn't even
time.
know she had a talk show.
Her talk show is phenomenal. It's incredible. She talks to people on it. And
Shut up.
it's great. It's great. I don't even know how to explain it other than it's like if Ellen was nice.
Does Ellen still have her talk show?
No.
Did she survive? She got
Yeah.
canceled.
I think she was like on the back.
She was on the end anyway.
She like yeah. She
Yeah.
she
was
welcomed
like,
it.
Thank you.
Good I'm
night.
gonna fade out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have no one you wouldn't boo?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods under any circumstance.
Like I'm trying to think of like the person that people did boo,
Yeah.
and rightfully so to a certain degree.
Sure.
And I was just like, I can't participate.
Yeah.
Like this is my hero. I know he did not make good decisions
Yeah.
at certain points in his life,
Yeah.
but he is the best.
That's
the
fair.
GOAT.
Yeah, if I had to pick one who wasn't Dolly Parton, it would be Stevie Wonder. I couldn't boo Stevie Wonder.
Even if you found out that he wasn't blind.
I definitely wouldn't boo him then. I'd be like, you are a hero. Because, guy, that's why we like you.
You committed to the
And
bit.
You committed to the bit.
Do you think he's blind?
No, not all the way. Not all the way. I've heard so many stories about people saying I seen like
Seen
Shaq
him
swore
catch-
Shaq swore he saw him see stuff. But then I think Stevie knows when the cameras are around, because I saw a video the other day where he was playing the piano and then somebody was like, good job, and put his hand out there and then pulled it back because he's like, oh yeah, Stevie's blind. And I think Stevie goes, this is my time to get that blind credit up. So he looked at, he saw it and he just like stared through him and didn't shake the dude's hand, and I was like, that's smart. So if he found out that he wasn't blind, hey man, hats off to you.
Yeah.
I still couldn't believe you. Greatest con in the history of cons.
I just think it was probably something more like what's the Little Big League, or where the kid has the broken arm and
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the
Yeah.
Year. There's all those baseball movies in the mid '90s, like
Love
they
them.
get
So great.
they get mixed up for me.
Love them.
But maybe it was one of those things where like he was like blind, and he was really blind for a
Yeah.
moment, and then for miraculous or non-miraculous reasons he was no longer blind,
You
and
think
he's
he's
like,
like Daredevil?
does that happen to Daredevil?
Like he spilled some like toxic waste into his eyes and
No,
it gave
but
him
like,
the ability
but you
to
can like read
piano?
like there are reasons people go blind when they're not actually blind.
I'll just say this: I've seen him without his glasses. Definitely can't see the way you and I can see. That's a fact. There's no denying. Well, because I was
Maybe he's
I was,
medically blind, but not.
yeah. I think there's some level. I think sight is a spectrum. I think
Sure.
there's some level.
Yeah.
I think he sees better because
They can't see anything without his contacts on.
I mean, listen. You listen to enough Stevie Wonder songs and you hear him describe stuff. You're like, hey, ain't no way you just making this up off memory. Like you saw that for real. But I just don't think he sees it the way everybody else sees it. So I don't know. But I wouldn't boo him. That's my thing. I would not boo Stevie Wonder under any circumstances.
If you found out Travis Kelce, I'm just really
was
feeding the
dating
algorithm
Stevie
now.
Wonder.
huh?
No, if Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, if it came out like, hey, their agents were talking beforehand, hey, this is what we're gonna do, this is how she's gonna sell albums, this is how he's gonna sell jerseys, and how they're like their popularity is just gonna like
Would I boo that?
multiply each other.
I'd boo
Would you
him.
boo that?
I'd boo him.
You boo
Wait,
him.
what?
I'd boo him.
But her, she.
First of all, this
She's a
person who
performer.
leaked this is on the run because that NDA you signed,
Yeah.
somebody's gonna hunt you down. One of the Swifties, somebody in the camp, Taylor Swift gonna make you disappear. So that person is taking a big risk even saying this.
I would boo him because he's the one that had it easy. If this is the case, she's the one performing for millions every single night. She's the one that's having to deal with his parents and hang out with them in the booth.
Does
He got
anyone know
no
Travis
hair.
Kelce's political stances?
Nope.
Do you know?
Should we guess?
I mean, I kind of would like to guess.
I mean, he's got a mustache. He's from Ohio.
Nah. He also dated a lot of black women.
Okay.
And also he also is dating Taylor Swift, who
That is a turn.
she is she is very liberal.
No, but that still is a turn.
Yeah.
That still is a turn.
So it'll be interesting to if they do make it to next year, what happens there? If he
Oh.
doesn't fully agree,
No, I don't think. I
or is
think
he just like, hey, I don't do politics. He does
he
the
does
Michael
not
Jordan.
do politics.
I don't do
Yeah.
politics.
Yeah, I don't think he does politics.
Yeah, I think he knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he knows where he plays.
Yeah.
I think he knows where he's from.
For sure.
And I think he's like, we're just gonna date Taylor Swift. And man, I think there's problems on
Come on.
both sides.
Yeah.
I think the whole system is broken, and I think that 9/11 was bad. And then
Shout out to This Is Bad. That saved a lot of people. It's
that
bad.
saves so many people.
Things are bad.
Things
It's
are bad.
complicated.
It's complicated.
It's
Things are bad.
complicated.
Love that.
complicated.
And yeah, I don't think anybody has the
I'm not
answers.
equipped to
Love
address
that.
that issue.
Love
I'm
that.
not a politician.
Dan, you say this stuff like you've had meetings about these type of conversations.
You don't think?
I
I
know
got to
you-
pay my bills, bro.
Dan has got that HR talk down.
We don't have to do anything specific, but yeah, I was working for Dan
Yeah.
when a client had a stumble, had a public
Yeah, yeah.
verbal stumble,
Mm.
and man, Dan went into a mode that was
Crisis management.
Yeah.
it was breathtaking.
Man, you was the Olivia Pope. You was out here saving.
Man, people are dumb, bro. People just need to keep their mouth shut.
Yeah.
The way though that Dan was like, "Hey, you're not the problem, though."
Ooh, okay.
Like, man, Dan was like,
I just want to see Dan in action, like work action. I think Dan, like in my mind,
should we
you're the real closer. Like
we should let you and Damon both be his assistant for a day.
that would be the worst day of everybody's life.
I really want to see Damon be his assistant for
No,
a day.
you don't.
I want to see it.
Sure.
I don't want to have it affect me.
I think David.
Oh, I think
Damon's
excellent.
way more talented than you are, so he would
Yes.
never stoop to that level. But he'd be great at being my assistant.
No,
I think
def-
he would actually do my job at times better than I do my job.
Yeah, now Damon, I'm not worried about Damon in any situation. I
No.
would fail at it, 100%. I'm like, here's the thing about me.
I suck at follow through, and so my assistant has to be good at follow through, which is why he didn't work out.
Yeah.
and probably why we wouldn't work out.
Yeah, I'm only.
It's brutal.
Let me be very clear. I am better than you, Nate.
Oh, for
but-
sure.
Okay.
But like, there are elements that are similar. And I know this. And so having you around keeps me like, I don't want to be that. And so being around you makes me better.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Yo.
you let-
Dave showed up late, but Dave didn't show up with lines on his face and dirt on
Nah,
his neck.
I've been up. I have been up.
He showered this morning.
Yeah, honestly, I was late because I was trying to put together a fit. And I live further than you.
You do look better than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
All
All
right.
right. Let's stay in the college football world, and it is rivalry week.
Yeah.
It is Thanksgiving week.
The best week, dude. Oh my gosh, I love this football week so much.
Great week.
Is it the football plus the food or?
All of it. But the best thing on family, like dedicated family times,
Mm-hmm.
is when you have distraction from sports. Because we all you all hit that point where you're like, I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Like, if we go a step further, we're about to unearth some things here
Yeah.
that just like need to stay dead.
Yeah.
So
So football.
sports comes in like the right moment just to be like, oh, we're gonna watch football all day. Amazing.
Football keeps your family together.
Oh, 1,000%. It is the like, oh, we need to watch football today excuse, and it feels great because you no longer have to emotionally connect.
See, that works if everybody roots for the same team.
Sure.
Right? So, like, for our Thanksgiving now, we go to Knoxville where my cousin lives. And they're not Tennessee fans, but,
Okay.
but they are
I mean,
Michigan fans.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And I don't care about
Sure.
Michigan. So I'll watch the game and I'll be
Cheaters.
like, and so part of me, like,
Cheaters.
especially last year when I knew we
Cheaters.
might play, Georgia might play it, I was thinking, like, man, we'll whop the floor. But I had to just be quiet because I was just like, nah, I don't want to ruin it. I'm in their house. I
Yeah.
don't want to disrespect them.
they apparently didn't scout TCU.
No, they didn't. And they should have. But yeah, so I don't know. I think it matters if you're in the same, if you root for the same team.
There's something about being full and watching a game you don't care about. Like, just like my stomach is full.
I'm gonna nap.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut on a game. I want the ambiance.
Yep.
Of football. I want a game that feels
Other people
like
care about,
higher
but
stakes.
I'm not emotionally
Yeah.
invested in. It's
That's
the
a good
best.
feeling.
I've watched the Egg Bowl so much. I have
Because
no
it's on
conne-
Thanksgiving.
I have no connections to Mississippi or Mississippi State.
Yeah.
I don't care about either of those teams. It's never been significant in the SEC
Right.
or
Yeah,
nationally.
maybe 1 year in like 2010 when they were both ranked 1 and 2
Yeah,
for like a
that's
hot
it.
second.
But I cut it on because it's chaotic, it's comforting, and it's just it's nice.
Yeah.
I will say this is one of those things that conference
It's like a
realignment.
Thanksgiving Day parade,
Yes,
but just later in the
you
day.
go all in on parade.
I love.
I mean,
the
I know
Thanksgiving Day
you're
parade.
a cooking person, so you're busy on Thanksgiving.
I mean, Thanksgiving to me is like my favorite day in the whole year.
Wow,
It's a good one.
it
You
is a
get-
good one.
Like you get a little turkey trot, little 5K run in, feeling good, pushing. Now I pushed 2 of our kids. I'm sure Alice will push the 3rd.
Okay.
And then you come home, you start cooking, you throw on that Thanksgiving Day parade, you cook all day, probably eat around 2 or 3 o'clock, then nap.
You're
watch some
entertaining people?
football.
Are you nobody?
Typically like our extended family.
Okay.
For depending on the year, we like alternate.
Sure.
But
Now y'all are the chefs on this show.
yeah,
What's the plan? Do you guys have any special plan? Any
So,
secrets you might want to?
I don't cook Thanksgiving Day.
Okay.
This is the new thing. Since we go to Knoxville, I don't cook pretty much anything. There's a lot of women in the kitchen, and they don't want me there, and so I stay out. But the new tradition is me and my cousin cook a brisket the day after,
Okay.
And that's where we get down. So I'm excited about that this year. We've been talking about it for months. Might cook 2 briskets. I don't know. We feeling froggy. And so, and I'm bringing my equipment this time. You know what I mean? Like I'll be up there. It's an away game, so I'm dealing with ingredients I don't normally have. You know what I mean? I don't have
a box of everything.
Yeah,
you need.
Thermometer, all of that stuff. I'm bringing my equipment, so this one will be the best one. But I will say the times I've done it, even in an away game, killed that. Killed that.
So I'm going in similar. I've already done we did a little Friendsgiving situation where I smoked 2 turkeys and did my thing, and I changed people. Like people came into that moment saying they don't like turkey, and they left being like, "This is amazing."
Yeah.
So, but I am going to my dad's house. My dad is a cook, so he doesn't ask for my help. He doesn't want my help. He wants to.
That's all him.
He wants to do his thing. So I'm sure I'll help him. I'm sure he'll say like, "Hey, do this."
Yeah.
But I don't come with assumptions of like I'm gonna help him.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does his own thing. He has his own recipes. I don't step on his.
You
toes.
think there's an age that your dad will hit that you like take the car keys?
No.
You're just gonna let
Have
him.
you met my dad?
I
Have you met me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine old version of me like being like, "Hey, I can't do this"?
I kind of wanted to just see if that was like where you're just like, man, at some
I don't
point
see that happen.
Please.
this is gonna be a real.
If I'd
tough
like to be written out of the will, I could show up and say, "Let me cook your turkey for you."
That's a wrap.
No, that doesn't go well.
So it is Robert. My question, the reason why I put it in there, my question is because we all know about sports rivalries. Do you have a rival, like a current rival, like somebody you consider a rival? Even if it's like a high school, you have a rivalry moment that you remember, like, oh, I went against this person or this team, or as a fan was against team or whatever. Is there a rivalry situation that happens?
Bro, I'm gonna be just so basic right now.
Yeah.
The only rivals I care about is college football. Like right now, I want to talk about how Auburn got beat by New Mexico, and it is embarrassing. And I want to talk about how Georgia went into Neyland Stadium and just skull dragged the crap out of Tennessee.
They did.
And I want to talk about how USC is literally maybe the most underwhelming college football team in the history of college football.
I'll do you one better. They're not.
Who is?
Colorado. I'm not supposed to say that
Can we
to a
talk about these
microphone.
things? Because
I'm not supposed to say
I
it
know
to a
we're not supposed to
microphone.
be sportsy, but
No, let's get to it.
Let's do it. Let's do 5 minutes of sports.
Nah, look. You said USC is the most underwhelming, and they're not even close to Colorado. It's being underwhelming.
No.
And it's
Colorado
because-
is what they always were. People just bought into the hype.
But that's what makes them under. It's like there was so much whelm that
This
then
is
they
why
became 7.
Okay, I want to go back. Like Nate,
You
I
said
need
it.
You, I want you to go back to the first time we talked about Deion, and Damon was just like, "Yo, 10 wins, changing the game." Da 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 da. And I was like, Deion needs to be careful because he's putting a target on his players' backs. Travis Hunter got injured primarily, I think, because
Sure.
Deion was out here being like, "We're the future," and then they just run off losses like it's their job,
Yeah.
and they come off as underwhelming, but that's not true. Like Deion has done a great job
I think
at
so,
that
for sure.
university. He's gonna bring better recruits in. He still is. Like I am not diminishing Deion's job there,
Right.
the coaching job that he did there. This was just always gonna happen. They ran
called
down
it.
USC to the end of the game.
Right.
They've pushed decent teams to the brink, but they had 1 win last year.
Yeah.
It was just always gonna be this.
I would say they're underwhelming because there were certain games that we knew they were gonna lose, like Oregon. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, they're probably gonna lose that. But the games that we feel like, all right, based on how you played against USC, you should be beating somebody. Like you shouldn't have lost
Can I say?
7 straight.
I mean, maybe, but okay,
or they should have been more competitive.
Look, this is the problem that a lot of Deion's fans are east of the Mississippi. Like you just have the pockets of I rock with Deion because he played it in the South,
Sure.
and you have the Braves and the Falcons fans that are here.
Sure.
You have I hate to, you have Chicago, you have the Black is Beautiful crowd that
course.
is just yo, this is the
We're
moment.
behind them, 100%.
And you should be.
Yeah.
He was doing his thing and doing it in a way that hadn't been done before.
right,
But no one follows the Pac-12.
and they shouldn't.
And
I'm just playing.
but everyone's Colorado should beat Arizona. No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. Arizona's a good football team.
Yeah.
And so I just think you have Oregon State's a good football team, Utah's a good football team, and I think you just have this like mindset of like, oh, the prime effect, like, you know, buffs, all of these things. They're gonna run down these teams that I don't ever hear about, but these teams you never hear about, you just don't hear about them because they're top 25 teams, but that just aren't gonna.
Yeah, they're never gonna be like top.
Yeah, not
really
10
top
teams.
10.
Yeah, and they're Colorado just doesn't have the depth, and they won't probably for 3 years. I think maybe because of the transfer portal. I think this is my hot take. Deion is going to be doomed for the same reason Mark Richt was doomed at Georgia, which is he's going to have good teams. He's going to have 10-win teams. He's just not going to be able to recruit offensive and defensive lines at a level that I think is necessary at the college football realm, which is why I think he goes pro and he becomes a dynamic professional coach.
Oh yeah, I'll say this right now. He ain't got to worry about recruiting 3 years from now because as soon as his son is gone, he out. He's gone.
Come to the Falcons.
He's gone. I don't care where he goes, but I know he's not gonna be in Colorado coaching somebody else's son.
He is a brilliant leader of men.
Yeah.
Like, I think people respect him. People resonate with him. I think people perform to the degree that they can.
Yes.
But I think I don't think Colorado is underperforming in any stretch of the imagination. I think they're performing
I didn't say underperform. I said underwhelming,
underwhelming,
which is very different.
Sure.
I knew they weren't gonna be great, but I'm saying my whole point was
You wanted to be.
No. My whole point was there was so much hype, and then to just kind of quietly be bad for these last 7 games, that's underwhelming.
Well, it's been. I mean,
And
the
not competitive.
media hasn't like done the flip on it, where the media was like, "We hyped you up, and then you let us down." They're
Yeah.
like, "We're just gonna."
We're gonna let you
We're
live.
gonna pretend this.
Yeah. We're gonna
this
let you
didn't
live.
happen.
Yeah.
Deion said it's his toughest stretch of his career. Is
Hey,
these past
He
few
played
games.
for Washington. That's saying something. You just play for Washington, and you're saying this is the toughest part of your career. It's rough out there in Colorado. Then.
Yeah.
Can we talk about my almost underperforming team of the year?
What you got?
USC. Lincoln Riley might get fired
Oh,
2 years after taking the job at USC.
That's hilarious.
you think?
I mean, as a family
no.
who roots for Oklahoma,
Hilarious in the sense of like it's possible. Lincoln, but like it's hilarious because USC they rolled out the red carpet for Lincoln Riley. Like they gave him a house.
Oh yeah.
They were like unlimited access to the jet, and he came in.
and he brought Caleb Williams with him.
Yeah, college football coaching might be the greatest scam in American history.
It's
You look at what Jimbo is getting paid to
Bro.
do bad. What Lincoln Riley's buyout is probably going to be, where he still probably gets a house. They're not
Bro.
going to like repo a house.
It's funny you said it's the best job. I was on Facebook today. This is so random. I saw what's my man used to coach LSU with the crazy voice.
Go Tigers.
Yeah, Orgeron. I don't know what he was selling. I was scrolling on Facebook. He had his shirt off and he was doing punching stuff. And I was just like, hey man, you had to make enough money not to sell whatever you're selling right now with your flabby big body out here punching with no shirt on, man. Get out of here. Sorry, that was random.
No, but
But I was like, what are you doing?
He's a national champion.
He is.
okay, but so I saw Caleb Williams. Sorry, Caleb Williams. Someone tweeted, "It's sad that we're gonna see the best college quarterback of all time
Oh no.
go into the NFL, and we never saw him like truly like win." And I was like, Caleb Williams isn't the top 10 college quarterback of all time.
All time is a lot,
That's a lot.
especially when you have college guys who did not make it in the NFL. Like to me, Tim Tebow is one of the greatest 3 college football.
Oh, he's the
Quarterback.
greatest college football player.
So and one of the just NFL disasters. So
You
like
didn't have to say that.
you
just
didn't
wanted
have to say that.
I do like to.
You
throw that.
hate Tim Tebow so much.
I don't
It's
hate.
fascinating.
I don't hate Tim Tebow. I just don't ever want him around.
He's great. He's gotten way better as an analyst.
Look, Tim Tebow.
I hated him
Tim
when he
Tebow's
first started.
a great
Got much
dude.
better.
He's gonna have more jewels in his crown in heaven than me. Great man. Good job. Your traps are amazing. I don't like your Chick-fil-A drive-through voice. And that's honestly the main thing with Tim Tebow.
As if you don't have a Chick-fil-A drive-through.
Look,
Didn't you do Chick-fil-A drive-through?
Yeah, I did. Look,
So you actually have. He's never worked in a Chick-fil-A.
I get it.
You have a Chick-fil-A
I
drive-through.
get that sometimes the call's coming from inside the house.
Okay, as long as we.
I don't
about
care.
that.
I don't like to see his dumb big shoulders and his tiny little homeschool voice. It upsets me.
Again, homeschool voice. That's how I knew.
You were
when I
homeschooled.
first
I get
met
it, but
you.
when
I
you-
said homeschool.
Yes.
Did I not?
But the problem is Tim Tebow is like a homeschooler in a Megazord costume.
You just mad you
No,
didn't
you
get
just
on
mad.
Megazord
You just
costume.
mad.
I don't think it's a mad thing.
You
I'm
just
just
mad.
like, it's deceptive.
All
Like,
right,
You've
keep-
turned your back on your culture.
Yes.
You want him to be bad at things and show up late and have lines on his face because
Yes.
he didn't wake up and work out in the morning?
That would be great if Tim Tebow could get fired from every job. But he would just fall into another job.
No,
like
what
a
really pushed
baseball
Nate
player.
over the edge was when Tim Tebow got a tryout at Major League
Major League
Baseball.
Baseball.
Oh, yeah, that infuriated me.
That was the thing that pushed you over the edge.
Oh, that was, ugh. All right, so
Keep going. Yeah.
anyway, to
was
call
good.
Caleb Williams one of the greatest
did.
college football quarterbacks of all time, probably not.
No. Caleb Williams is a good college quarterback, bordering on great college quarterback.
Yeah.
But he made bad decisions about which teams he chose to play for, which is part of being a great quarterback, is especially at the college level where you can choose that, which teams are you going to play for? Like Matt Stafford, if we were to sit here and be like, talent, different story. Matt Stafford is probably one of the greatest college quarterbacks that has ever played the sport. Is he one of the greatest? Absolutely not. That dude is up there with Caleb Williams with underwhelming performances by a team that should be great. They were preseason #1 on the front of every magazine. I'm talking about Matt Stafford in Georgia.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
They had like 8 wins that year.
Yeah.
It is embarrassing, and it should be embarrassing. And the fact that Caleb Williams is, in LA in whatever high-rise condo getting paid that he is, like, cool, dude. That is what you chose for your career, but you don't get to be called great by anyone.
Would you want him on your NFL team?
No.
Yes.
Okay. All right, David and I are on the same
Absolutely.
page where, like,
Absolutely.
I have watched them be underwhelming this
Yeah.
year, and I'm
I've
like,
seen enough.
good.
I've seen enough. I'm like, yeah.
I
I'm fall in that
question
draft.
I question his decision making around his career. Like for him to choose to go to USC, like I think he's in it for the wrong
Do
reasons.
you know a 20-year-old that would turn down
Yeah.
USC?
I think he made the best choice.
Yes.
So,
You're at Oklahoma.
bro,
Like that is a tier 1
You're
program.
at
put it like
Oklahoma,
this.
and they're bringing in a coach that looks like Skeletor. Like,
here's
I'm
why I
getting
think
out of
Oklahoma-
Oklahoma
I hear
is
your
doing
point.
better than USC
that's
is
fine.
this year.
you're 20 years old,
Exponentially.
and they say you want Oklahoma or SC. Obviously, pick SC because now college football is a business,
Yeah,
and he is not in a Wendy's commercial if he's in Oklahoma.
no.
He's not in a
That's
national,
fair.
and that's the
fair.
best decision for
and
a
the Pepsi
20-year-old.
commercial and all
Yeah,
those
he's
things.
in none of those commercials in
My
Oklahoma.
point though is that if he wins another Heisman and a national championship, all of that still comes.
but you
on
don't get it
on
in the
back
beginning
end.
of the year.
I know it's
money.
short-sighted.
But you got a short window. You can get a concussion in any day. Like
Caleb
you can-
Williams is a little bit of an outlier here because he is as talented and already had the notoriety. Let's use somebody who was on. Bear Alexander was on Georgia's, was like going to be the Jalen Carter of this year's Georgia team.
Sure.
Goes to USC, goes from potentially a top 10 college defense, and goes to USC, the worst college defense.
Very bad.
And his draft stock went from first round, pretty much guaranteed,
Mm-hmm.
5 to 6 sacks in the year, run stopper, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, pedigree,
Right.
and now he is lucky if he'll be taken in the 3rd round, meaning
think
he
he falls
lost.
that low?
He lost probably $10 to $12 million.
You think he made money in SC though?
Huh?
think
I
he
don't
made
know.
a lot
I don't
of-
know what his NIL deal
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
I could speculate it's probably decent.
Yeah.
But it's a good NIL deal is $1 million to $2 million. Like, yeah, Bronny's got, I think, like, he's got
Yeah, he's a
8 to 10.
Yeah, yeah.
I think like his is big,
Sure.
and then everyone else like is like $1 million to $2 million, $3
Right.
million. Caleb Williams is probably $3 or $4 million.
Yeah.
But we're talking about like factors of like 10x differences when you just choose to perform at the college level so that your draft stock goes up.
I mean, for me, I just see people, if I'm 18, 19, 20, I'm taking the most money now instead of waiting till, I don't care about what the
Yeah.
NFL gives me. Because if I believe in me, I'll get it. But if I can get it now, get more now, I'm going to get all of it now. So if you have an infrastructure like SC that's like, hey, we going to put you going to make some money, I'm going there. I don't
Yeah.
care about no national championship like that anymore. Like, I'm getting the money.
I think Caleb Williams cares about it now.
I mean, sure.
I think
because he thought he could
crying
win
in
that
his, he's
city.
crying in his mom's arms
Yeah,
at the end of the
he's a
game.
competitor.
Well,
Here-
I mean,
Here's
yes.
the thing
Yeah.
to Caleb Williams. I hope that your college career ends terribly, in the sense that like now you fall to wherever the Falcons are drafting, and I hope
You want the Falcons to waste another.
I want the
draft
Falcons
pick.
to fire Arthur Smith. I want the Falcons to draft Caleb Williams. Put mean things on all your fingernails about the Saints. You can cry every game if you want. I don't care, because already I cry every game.
Already, I cry.
So it's not gonna hurt me to see somebody. If anything, it would help.
I mean, your fanship is also a curse. The Falcons and the Jets are at historic lows.
I mean, the Jets. I mean, they doubled down on a 40-year-old drug addict at quarterback instead of going after Lamar Jackson. So I don't feel bad for the Jets. You made your bed, and you lie in it in darkness.
Okay.
So,
Well, one last question with college football, and we
Yeah.
can move on.
yeah,
Is Auburn's loss
hilarious.
worse than Michigan's loss to App State? That like we all can, as sports fans, can put our finger on and be like, that loss that way.
I'm gonna say no, because the Michigan State was Michigan was week one
Yep.
against App State, and it felt because I think Michigan was top 5 that
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
So to me, that felt. I don't know a single person that at this point in the college football season was like, "Watch out for Auburn, watch out for War Eagle," and so for them to lose to New Mexico State, the score, yes,
Yeah,
that was
that's
like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, you
Yeah.
can't let New Mexico State. They're a different kind of.
They were, I think, a 25 to 31 point underdog in this
Yeah.
game.
But yeah, I think App State beating Michigan is the greatest upset in college football history.
Oh, easily. Because you,
Oh,
know,
for
you know
sure.
they got paid to beat them.
Yeah,
Like, that's the best. Yeah.
No, I mean, New Mexico State made $1.8 million.
Yeah.
yeah,
Chattanooga
it's great.
got paid $800,000 by Alabama to get beat.
Yeah.
Like I'm whoever's running Auburn's organization,
It's
like
fired now.
it is not that hard.
Yeah, yeah.
It is not that hard to run in the SEC to run a program that doesn't blink at some of these schools, and dude, that
Do you
Hugh
think?
Freeze might get fired in like there are boosters calling for Hugh Freeze's job just because of one loss right now.
Do you think
in his
that
year
it's
one.
some Nick Saban plants? I think about that a lot. Where I'm like, that's a powerful man,
Interesting.
and he could put plants
He
wherever he wants. I think the Kirby Smart plant turned on him, and I think he's like, what have I done?
What have I done?
And so, but he's
Created a
like,
monster.
I'm going to lock down the West though,
Okay.
and I think there might be some saboteurs in the Auburn organization.
I love your brain. That's all I'll say.
I knew this conversation could go a million ways. That wasn't it.
It's one of those. It's so unbelievable that I'm like, there has to be an outside. There's too much money for them to have just imploded by themselves. Like it has to be. There has to be a bug or something.
Never changed, Nate. Never changed.
I think it's too. Well, there we go. I think we did it.
All right.
How's that? Everybody? Yeah.
I felt sportsy at the
I
end, which
feel
I
good.
appreciate.
We
feel
did
good.
it. That's what we like. We like a good sportsy landing.
Sure.
We like to start with whatever we started with, and then we land. We go sports.
No, we don't. We don't do whatever you just did. We
do the-
nefor do whatever it is
the
you
gymnast with the hands up. All right, that's it for us.
Wow, I
Thank
hope
you
one of
so
those
much.
clips goes well.
Thank you so much for listening. If you watched on YouTube, we appreciate it. One more time, patreon.com/4th and 10. A lot of changes are coming to our Patreon. So if you're a current patron, keep an eye out on the Slack channel on Patreon. If you're like, hey, what's that about? Head on over there. Just click the yes. All right. My name is Nathan Owens. You can find me on Twitter at Nate Owens Comedy, Instagram, TikTok, Nathan Owens Comedy, or NathanOwensComedy.com.
Yo, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at DoOrDie. It's at DUEORDIE or DavePurdueComedy.com.
Yup.
There we go. Follow our sick buddy Damon, DAMONJR,
Yeah.
add the number 2 for Instagram.
Yes.
There we go.
Something like
Hashtag
that.
4th and 10. See y'all next week.
Peace.
We do a cut roll for, if you got time for.
Pre-show. Yeah, we'll do like 10 minute or 20 minute
Yeah.
pre-show.
Yeah.